Today's Thursday, the 6th of June. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Frontier Opening Bell. I am Boosting Namofaye. And again, just a quick run through the markets. We saw the Nigerian stocks gain its first on the index since we started the week and the month. So 0.24%, about 0.25%, took the NGX all-share index a little bit, a few notches above the 99,000 on Wednesday. The BRVM in Cote d'Ivoire down by the same margin as the Nigerian all-share index, the composite at 225.41. The Egyptian markets down very sharply, 1.26%, been tiptoeing since the start of the week in Cairo on Sunday, while the Nairobi stock market ate about 0.1%, 103.54. And the GSE was flattish on Wednesday as uncertainties permeates investors' sentiment as to the shape, the size, the structure of what the new political horizon will be for Africa's most advanced economy. There's still talks of alliances here and there, and no one is sure who gets what and what that will mean for the investment markets in South Africa. So all of that's right now in place. So the stock market, after moving forward and backward, Monday, Tuesday, finally settled flattish on Wednesday. Let's get on to see the big news out of East Africa. Of course, Kenya is back. It's going back to the Eurobond market sometime soon after it defaulted earlier on its repayment. But the World Bank is providing support, as it were, for the East Africa's biggest economy. So the second Eurobond will be about 130 billion shillings. That will be a buyback. That will happen. Of course, we expect that to happen anytime soon. Keep that in mind. In the meantime, the economy seems to be moving in the right direction that President William Ruto and his team wanted. So the central bank under Kamal Tuja yesterday decided to hold interest rates unchanged at 10.5%, while inflation also remained a little bit a little bit stickish around 5.1% for the month of May. In Dar es Salaam, the stock market says the stock market data shows turnover down about 82% in just 1 week, while Tanzania's port efficiency is beginning to increase because the Dubai-based DP World, which is working there around those ports, are now providing some very quiet transformation that's beginning to show up in terms of how efficient those ports are going on in Tanzania. Remember, we have India's Adani port also coming in to support the second container port revitalization in Dar es Salaam. All of that also in the news from Tanzania. In the meantime, Standard Group in Kenya has appointed Ms. Miriam Mwangi as a new group CEO. She'll be taking office effective July the 15th. She's the first female CEO, and she'll be joining the increasing rank of female bank CEOs in Kenya. That's some good news. Congratulations, Ms. Mwangi. Let's go to West Africa, where Fidelity Bank, Tier 2 listed lender, announced yesterday that it has concluded a hybrid offer of a public offer and a rights issue to existing shareholders to meet the new central bank capitalization requirements. The public offer by Fidelity Bank will be the first in nearly 20 years since the last bank consolidation exercise conducted by the central bank back in 2004 and 2005. So Fidelity Bank is raising the public offer curtain by bringing about 10 billion ordinary shares to the table. And the VFD Group, which is listed, says it's planning 30 billion naira capital offer and will be selling about 30% of its stake in Abbey Mortgage Finance Bank, which is listed on the Nigerian exchange. And Chapel Hill, Denham, which is one of the largest investment banking services group in Nigeria, will be co-hosting the next edition of Napari Nigeria in partnership with Power Africa as well as USAID. That will be on June the 25th. Keep an eye on that towards the end of the month. And Ghana's reference rate dipped slightly to 29.44% according to the latest data we have, while Senegal has raised $750 million in Eurobond despite market uncertainties. That's it here from West Africa. Let's go to Southern Africa, where the political alliances, the talks, the elections are over. no single clear majority winner at the elections last weekend. So, President Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC and others are still, Democratic Alliance and a whole lot of others are still having talks as to how to form a new government. So markets seemed a little bit jittery on that after the initial hope that democracy had won. On Monday, when Rand jumped up, the GSE was up, the market was slightly lower Tuesday, then finally finished flattish on Wednesday. The Rand fell yesterday due to uncertainties around the coalition arrangement. In the meantime, Signia reported a very robust half year ended March 31st this year. Revenue up roughly 9%, net profits 10.2%, basic headline earnings per share at 9.7% higher, while total assets under management went up 9.1%. That's roughly about 340 billion rand thereof. That's the latest from Signia. Then you talk about the offer by France-based Canal Plus, offering to buy MultiChoice, that Pan-African behemoth of a service provider of DSTV and other services valued at 55 billion rand. The offer has been sweetened, and we're likely to see that deal knocked together over the next days and weeks. Meantime, Zimbabwe and Korea chambers of commerce have come together with a number of MOUs, Memorandum of Understandings, to boost cooperation, trade and investment between Zimbabwe and Korea. Remember, the Korea-Africa Summit is currently taking place in Seoul. Let's move on to North Africa, where Egypt's President Al-Sisi is missing the Korea-Africa Summit. So we've got Al-Mashat, one of the top government officials representing the president there in Seoul at the Korea-Africa Summit. Good news we've had since Monday was that the new Africa Energy Bank has been born, thanks to the signing of the establishment agreement and the charter for the new energy bank between the African Petroleum Producers Organization and Afrexim Bank. That deal was signed at the Afrexim Bank's headquarters here in Cairo, Egypt. It's been 2 years since the idea was mooted to form an energy bank that will support African oil producers or energy producers, broadly speaking, oil and gas to be specific, to put their money where their mouth is and vice versa. And Egypt is reporting foreign reserves record levels last month, according to latest data, while Airbus says it's expanding its production in Morocco to meet the surging demand for more aircraft on the global space. The travel industry globally is expected to make a revenue of about $1 trillion this year, according to latest data released this week by IATA. Folks are getting back into the skies and traveling around the world for conferences, summits, holidaying, and everything else in between. It's the biggest year since the pandemic of 2020, in which global travel and tourism will hit $1 trillion. And those are your headlines on this side. Have a great day, everyone, and see you soon back on Frontier Opening Bell.